Village girl, village girl, village girl, and we're on our way for a village night at Tatse Snoqualmie. We've just watered the flowers and we're on our way. We're on our way, we're on our way, we're on our way, we're on our way. So here we are. The dog is running. I've been watching the dogs play lately. And I wish we all played more like the dogs because we don't. We have walls and we keep them up, and the dogs have no walls. They just play. They get mad at each other. That's the thing. They get mad. They snip, they growl, they bark, and they snarl. But they start playing again. And this night, we're all playing soccer. How much fun.
Would it hurt if we just flew? It might hurt. Let's try. You ready, Ellen? You're the first. I really am nervous about the solar panel. Nice catch! There you go. Too easy, right?
Backing up, I bumped into the wall. Oh, so close! And so I'm that close to getting the exam, but the only thing that is separating me from the feeling of passing the exam is like obviously failing, but like the feeling is right there of passing the exam. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, and it's right there, like that feeling. And the only thing is keeping us from that feeling is our mind and our thoughts. The feeling is always there. And I was saying you had the tour, and you felt amazing after it.
Yeah, when was that? Anyways, a couple days ago, 4 or 5 days ago, or just 3 days ago?
Yeah, like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, yeah.
At the time, I didn't know who was listening, who was I talking to. It was just pouring out from my heart, just telling it. And it was just we were by the time we got in the big house, just this peace, just like washed over me, and it was like, wow.
From the big house, it does that.
Yeah. And just when I was explaining everything in the big house, it was just pouring out of me. I stutter. I'm a stutterer.
Yeah.
I get nervous, but I wasn't at that time.
It flows.
It just flew out of me.
What is it? What makes it do that?
I don't know. At the time, I felt like, okay, Pa's watching.
Yes.
So I was like,
yeah.
Or when I used to get nervous. Don't mess up, because Pa's there watching you.
Mm-hmm.
But that was after. At the time, it felt so good.
Mm-hmm.
Just peace. No worries, no nothing was in me like how I am all the time.
Right? We are all the time. We are all the time. All of us. I know I am. Like, we have these thoughts in our head all the time that are keeping us from living freely and like with flow. Right? What's like,
how do we block that?
Right? Or how do we free ourselves like you were in there, right?
Imagine how we would be without that.
Right? Yeah. I know. It's what it's all about. Like, and I wanted to be in front of the solar panels right here for this, because when the sun is shining, when like my cousin Eleanor, this is Eleanor, like this is my cousin Eleanor. We are cousins. When we have amazing days like this, when everything is right, we know the moments. It doesn't happen too often, and it can happen more often. It can. But when these beautiful moments happen where we feel light and we feel amazing, we need to be like solar panels and soak up soak up this feeling for the cloudy days when we don't feel good, and we can use that energy. It's magic, because our thoughts are so thick like clouds, and they block what's really there, like the sun.
So easily. For me, I have to physically block it by physically doing something, or else it just controls me.
Yeah, all of us. Yeah.
I found that out this summer. I have
Yeah.
to control
How
my
do you do it?
thoughts and just physically, okay, do something.
Outside here, like this is best, right? Like the village.
Yeah.
Yeah, outside, even in a city, like it's anywhere.
Traveling,
Traveling. Yeah.
like you're saying, when we're traveling. I know I had epiphanies when I'm traveling.
Right? When you're when you're traveling in a car, or you're traveling on a boat, on water, obviously. But if you're traveling long distances in a car and you're moving, you seem to bypass all the heavy thoughts that you sit with when you're still.
Yeah.
And it seems like when you're traveling, your mind is more free to think higher thoughts.
Yeah, it seems like when I'm on the highway, I think about my shift and be like, oh, I was just for nothing. Why was I doing that? Oh, I'm going to do this from now on. Yeah.
And then you forget. We forget. Yeah.
So easily.
So easily. But when you were in the big house with that tour, I saw her after, and she was crying. And these were tears of happiness and joy, and how often, I think we're lucky people if we get to experience happy tears. They don't come often.
No.
If ever, and I saw her in the office, and she was crying happy tears, and it's because she did a tour in the big house.
Yeah, at the time, I was just happy. It was just pouring out of me. I don't even know what I was saying. It was like a high. And then when I came to explain to the aunties, I was just starting to explain it. I turned away because Uncle Bruce and them were coming.
Yeah.
Then it just got emotional, because I figured out, it was like a high on life feeling. I was telling Ma earlier that doing tours and talking about where we're from and all of this is like therapy, I guess.
It is.
And I get more and more myself each time I give a tour. 2 months ago, I wasn't as good as I was. Confident, I guess.
Yeah, you get confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get comfortable. Yeah. No, it's amazing. It's amazing what happens. And that's a big thing that I want to do, experiencing a high. Anybody can do, but experiencing a high in life, just every day, just what you're doing for work, which is here. It can be anywhere, but when she told me that, immediately I was zoned in, because this is what we're all looking for. This experience of a high, just this elation in everyday life. We can all experience it. It's there for us. It's there that passing the driver's test, it's there for you every day. It's right there. Our mind is keeping it from us. That failure that I experienced, it's there, and it's created by the mind, that feeling of disappointment and self-hate.
Yeah, that's the word, self-hate.
Self-hate.
Wants to get a hold on you every time you're thinking something, and you're wanting to get that good feeling in life, and then that comes and takes over. And if you just accept it, then it's lost.
You're gone. You're gone for the count, right? Like, and that's a big thing that I'm noticing in the past little while is for my 20s mostly and into my teens, like definitely starting in my teens, like it was the biggest thing for me has been self-hate. And to get away from that self-hate is this, it's the self, it's the mind, it's the talk that we get ourselves into, it's the failing that driving test that you should have passed if you didn't bump into that wall. But it's realizing that the feeling of passing the exam is right there. There's no physical walls to keep you from that feeling except from up here.
Yeah.
Just keep you from that feeling of giving the best tour ever, to keep you from feeling that love from everything, right? That love from Creator. Like it's there all the time, and to get past the blocks in our mind, and just it's the point of life. It's what we're all trying to do, and it's easier in nature.
Yeah, and I hope we could just hold that block and just live like that for more than a few minutes. Oops.
Are you kidding me? Someone's kidding.
Camera does make me nervous.
It's done. Hi. Here we are again. Sorry about that. The battery died on the camera, so we had to stop right in the middle of the good stuff. It knows when to stop.
Yeah.
So here we are again, and we're talking about how to get yourself out of that self-hate talk. This morning, Eleanor had an amazing workout, and it's such a great way to start the day.
Yeah, starting the day with a run is good.
Yeah.
It gets me out of that block and thought pattern. And I'm trying to remember what I said then so that I could say it now. I don't know what a proper wording for it is, but we don't, I don't know, I guess Pa didn't build this village for a place for people to run away from. I came home to find myself again. I don't know if decunting myself is the proper wording.
I think it's so perfect. It's so good. Yeah.
But taking all the negativity and negative thinking I was.
You accumulate. It happens to everybody.
It was, yeah, years and years of bad habits.
Yeah.
And I'm just finding myself again after what, like 7 years.
7 years. That's a long time.
Yeah, it made me almost, not want to be around family when it wasn't me. It was the other person.
Yeah.
But now I'm here finding myself again. So I took, what do you call it? Self-discipline. Discipline. Running. I took myself off of all social media and just everything just to really find myself. And find, I'm learning more and more each day. Each time I give a tour, it's really good.
Yeah.
My, I don't know, my spirit is healthy, I guess. I'm getting cleansing, I guess.
Yeah.
Cleansing.
Yes. Cleansing.
Yeah.
That's what it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it gets to a point, being out here long enough, what you experienced the other day, that just like that high, high on life.
Yeah. Just, I don't know. Because I stutter and how I talk and how I am, I wasn't like that through that tour or at the end of the tour.
Yeah.
It was just pouring out culture and what I knew from my heart. And I just felt like a peace just came over me, and it was just, I don't know, it was just great. It was just unstoppable. Like I could do anything and nothing was going to get in my way.
Yeah.
And, rich in this, we're Tazis Nukame, I guess. Eh?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that feeling is what I was talking about last night with the other video, is that it's always there. That feeling, and it's the thoughts that build up and build up and build up, that stop us from feeling that way all the time. But if we can remember that, or just realize that it's always there, and figure out how to do it, because even in a city you can do it. There's ways to do it. You can train your mind to feel that way all the time and not trick ourselves or fall into the trap when we wake up in the morning that, oh, I don't feel good today. You can get out of it.
Yeah. Self-discipline. That's the word I was trying to find yesterday.
Yeah. And Eleanor has even taken herself off of social media.
Yeah.
To kind of disconnect.
I've been away from the world, connected from the world for 3 months now. It's July.
Yeah.
May, June, July.
Disconnect to reconnect.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't like feeling controlled.
Yeah.
I'm taking control again.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 months. Yeah, and I thought it was going to take half a year or a year. I don't know. It's progressing faster and faster now that I know what it is I want, what I'm doing.
With focus. It's focus, right? Like,
yeah.
That's what I'm finding too. You know, it's what you read, it's what you consume, it's what you watch on TV, it's everything you do. Your focus is everything, you know? Until you want to change, you won't.
Yeah. What is that? It's almost deja vu. What were we saying yesterday? If you watch the news all day, you're going to be filled with, or get that feeling.
That fear.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not real. It's not real. None of it is real.
Yeah.
None of it is real. You make your own reality, and that's what radical thought, you know? You can change your world by the way you think. What you put into your body as well. Huge. Alcohol, you know, the types of food that we eat, it all affects this. It's all connected. So, connection.
Guess that's what
It makes me think about this guy. It's at the front of our big house here. So this is me talking about the man on the big house. But he's in a circle, and that's our life, our world, and its connection. To me, it's just came into my head that it's cool that he's in a circle. It's life, the circle of life, and then we control everything that goes into our circle, and we just have to make it positive. Like the Sissuth says, the Sissuth up there, you have good and bad choices. It's major. You can choose good or bad, and the more you choose good, the more good there will come.
Yeah. Ask and you shall receive, and I think that's true.
Yeah.
You make your own decision. I've learned so much from every part of the big house. Growing up here my whole life, I'm learning something still.
Yeah.
Each year, it's something I didn't know the year before. It's interesting, and it's all just, to me right now, it seems like I'm remembering what I always knew, when Paul would be telling it at the time. It seems like I'm just remembering.
Yeah.
Which is good, because I don't want to ever forget.
No, and we want to share it too, right? Like,
yeah, it's not
all this stuff is so important, and we just need to share it with each other.
Yeah. It makes me wish we knew our old people, because they were just high on life all the time.
They must have been.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They must have been being out here high on life all the time. We can get it. I'm positive.
Positivity.
Yeah. Well, that was good.
That was good.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thanks. That was awesome. Village girls. And this is what I'm saying. Village girl. V face girls. Village girl. Village girls. A little bit a thought from Tsatsé Sukwame. It's beautiful. Not always, but we have to make it as beautiful as we can. And it's good. And play like dogs do. They're always playing. They're good teachers. Yeah. Okay. So
Thank
to you later.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. The dogs play.
There's the toss. Watch your head.
Shiva, Dookie. Wolf. Merlin. They all fight like we do. They play.